Two cutters through the middle. Artie up for three. Kia ora te whānau, nau mai, haere mai, nau mai hoki mai ki te whakataitai whutuparo o te Bay of Plenty Youth Development Cup here in Rotorua at the Westbrook Fields. We're here for the final between the Western Bay of Plenty and the Central Bay of Plenty under-16s. My name is Regan Williams and I'm here with Aaron Sutherland and we're your commentators for this big finale. Looking forward to this game, Aaron. What do you think's going to happen here, mate?
Well, it's going to be a good contest, I think, Regan. Both teams have had pretty good wins over the last couple of days. Central Bay's undefeated, I'm pretty sure, and Western Bay's improved throughout the tournament, so should be a good little game.
Big collision to start off with, mate. That's probably what we're going to see throughout this game is some big hits and some great interplay by both teams.
I think Central Bay have been really strong at the breakdown and really contested that pretty with a lot of physicality there. And Western Bay have looked sharper when they've moved the ball to the edges through their backline. They've got some pretty talented boys out wide there, so it should be a good matchup.
Here we go, good carry here coming from the Western Bay. JJP there. Just a little bit untidy out the back there. Great, well tidied up. Good carry here by the number 4, Sean McBride.
Yeah, penalty there. You can see McBride had his knees on the ground and needed to be released by the Central Bay players. So penalty, and looks like the fullback, Nathan Taron's going to find touch. Nice kick, puts the ball out just about on halfway. So Western Bay have done well there to get out of their end.
Yeah, good carry there. He looks like he might have got a little bit isolated, but managed to stay on his feet till the support came in. So great play there by the number 4, McBride.
Be interesting to see what Western Bay do here. They've looked really strong when they've played out towards the edges. They've got some talented boys. But there's Sanford at number 4 for Central Bay. We commentated a game earlier in the tournament. He dominated the line out, and he's got up and stolen their ball as well. So he's definitely one to watch out for.
Good carry there by Waylon Pucky. Nice long pass out to the edge. Big defence though in the centre there by Rain Taikato.
It's going to be a good matchup, the two centres. Jennings Kokiri had a really, really good game this morning. And
there goes Nathan Taron down the edge.
Rain Taitako was also a really talented young player. Western Bay with the ball here though. Got an advantage. They're playing under advantage here. Going back to a penalty.
Yeah, the Western Bay team have got some good ball carriers, but they just need to make sure that the support and the people that need to latch on to them can get there as quick as possible, because the Central Bay do have some great players who can turn that ball over in the ruck as quick as lightning.
Good little touch finder there, not a lot of angle to work with. So Western Bay will be looking to win their line-out ball. They might need to consider where they go to. Sanford at the front of the Central Bay line-out's been a menace all tournament, so a little bit deeper in the line-out will probably be the way to go. There we go again, Sanford up in front of the jumper, steals their ball. You have to rethink their line-out a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, second line-out, second loss, mate. Great tackle there by Atkins, just slipped off though. Huge carry by the number 17 from the Central Bay, Mahuika Winiata.
Nice carry by Paki into the midfield. Good clean out, going back to the blind. Here he is again, Winiata. Strong with the ball in hand.
Good defence coming in there though by the Western Bay team. Nice play here. Look to get to the edge.
Oh, a little bit unlucky there. Wasn't really playing at the ball, but those are the rules, aren't they? So, intentional knockdown, penalty to the Central Bay. They were
Would have
looking.
been happy that he did that. Young William St. George, he's had a pretty good tournament himself.
Well, they were in trouble, really, weren't they? They had an overlap and didn't quite manage to capitalise Central Bay. So here you can see on the replay, you can see the space. Nate Phillips was on to pass. Didn't quite manage to connect, but the penalty, they come down into their part of the field. Based on the line out so far, I imagine they look for their man Sanford, number 2 in the line out.
Yeah, they've got a really strong line out to Central Bay, so Western Bay will need to figure out how they can disrupt this line out. There they go again.
Nice little move at the line out there. A bit lucky at the out to Pucky in the midfield.
Huge carry there.
Ball's been stripped out by Williams by the looks of it.
Nice play there by the young Williams.
Ball out to Theron, and he's shaped the kick. He's found a bit of space. He's having a bit of a crack.
Yeah, might have wanted to give that to Taikato there, but all in all, mate's taken it in, resettled it. Williams, big carry coming in there by Goodwin. Made a few good metres there.
Have to go wide.
Long pass here.
Find a bit of space at the St. George. He's got a man outside him.
Good flick inside there by St. George. Great tackle coming across though. Excellent turnover by the number 4, Sanford, for the Central Bay.
A little bit unlucky there, Western Bay. They had all the go forward ball. They're just going to get numbers to the breakdown. They've got Central Bay backpedaling here. Good strong carry by Nate Phillips. Shrugs off 1 or 2 tacklers.
Good solid run there by the 12 for Central Bay.
Seen some space out wide here. The halfback, a great little kick. He's connected with Awanui Owen. And he's put Joseph Lawanakadavu down the sideline. Nice dive. He's pretty happy with himself. Good try.
Yeah, excellent try. Great kick there from the little halfback, Tonga Makaire. Put it on the right on the button there for the fullback, Awanui Owen. And the little Fijian fire out on the wing, mate.
Yep, no, he's pretty happy with himself. Good try. Little shout out to his whānau over in Suva in Fiji, Samu. I'm sure you're watching. Good to see Joseph out there playing well. That's one of the benefits of local Gecko Productions, putting on this product, and these boys that have family around the world in different places can stay connected with what's going on.
Oh, it's actually huge, Aaron. I can't stop talking about it, mate. You know, this live streaming has just changed the world for a lot of these kids. They'll be going home to watch it tonight, watch it tomorrow, watch it next week. Then when they get older, they'll be able to show their kids and their grandchildren. So huge thanks and accolades to the local Gecko Productions who do produce this mahi for these kids. Just while we're at it, we just want to thank the other sponsors as well, the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union, Central Bay Rugby Union, and One Foundation.
All right, it makes the score 7-0 to the Central Bay early in the first half. All right, Toronto kick off. Looking for a good chase on here. Western Bay chooses to go long. Nice long deep kick. Good strong carry though from Central Bay. Pucky again.
A lot of numbers around the ball too there by Central Bay. Great tackle there by Atkins. Nice and low.
Nice offload though. Measured. It was a measured pass. He thought about what he was doing.
Big carry there by Mātātua Nikura.
I like how both teams looking to run the ball here, Regan. They're not not just going to their boot. It's a nice day for running rugby, and they're giving it some air. It's good. Oh, a little. So tackler wasn't rolling away there. Western Bay player was actually on the ball. However, the tackler didn't roll away, so he wasn't able to make the jackal. So it's a penalty to Central Bay. Looks like they're going to go for touch, set up a line out, play from there.
Yeah, Western Bay don't want to be doing anything like this at this stage of the game, Aaron. They really want to get that ball back here. Nice tackle here by Williams. Drives into him, ripped out by the 2. The referee said it went back.
You can just see there, hooker not rolling away, which means penalty to Central Bay. So here we go, Sanford up nice and high. And they go out to the left. Nice long pass from the halfback. Beautiful ball. Just disconnected there in their backline play. They ran a couple of nice moves this morning, the Central Bay boys. They'll be looking to get some of those out here this afternoon. Here we are, little taxi from the halfback and a great line by Michael Rogers off the halfback. Unfortunately, his pass goes into touch, but really, obviously, he spied a gap there, didn't he? Started on the open side and came across and hit the ball with some real pace.
Yeah, the Central Bay team's looking like they're on fire, Aaron. I can see what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get a couple of forwards up the middle and then go wide. Just a couple of little incidents by the Western Bay is not keeping them in the game, but we'll see how we go with this scrum. Their feet.
I think for the Western Bay boys, they've shown when they choose to use the ball, they're pretty threatening out wide. They're just a couple little errors, just making it quite hard for themselves. Hopefully they can tidy those up pretty quickly before the game gets away on them. All right, put it here by Case Harris, number 25 for the Western Bay of Plenty. Got a big open side here to the left. Western Bay, good scrum. Bit messy at the back though, and knock on. Bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Western Bay. Scrum seemed quite solid.
Yeah, they just want to get it in and out of that scrum as quick as they can. If you have a look at that Central Bay scrum, there's some big boys in there. So ideally, the Western Bay want to get it in and out, try and move it, use the backs that they have.
Yeah, I thought they'd done enough there at scrum time, Western Bay, but obviously at the back, just bit of a disconnect, but that's all right. It's only early. So put in here to Central. Be interesting to see what they do here. They ran a couple of really nice backline plays.
Go here. Nice interplay there.
That's a great ball for Michael Rogers, finding Owen Uiao. He links up with his winger, Mansell Bennett. Good numbers to the ruck. Great long pass there by McCarty.
He's had a good tournament, the young halfback for the Central team.
Yeah, the speed of his pass just opens up, gives his first side so much more time and options.
Looking to go to the edge, great pass here. Just goes to ground. This boy here's had an excellent tournament as well on the wing, Taikato Smith. Just a little bit slow to the ruck, the Western Bay, mind you, they held the ball. Big carry there by Goodwin.
Here we are, interesting to see what they do. They look to go again. Williams, nice long ball out to Taikato Smith. Little drawn pass, he did well to hold the pass up there. Put St. George in some space. He doesn't want to go out if he can help it. And close to the sideline though.
Might have an advantage there, Aaron, for a head-high tackle.
Yep, just slipped up around the collar, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he tried to grab him by the collar. As you know, you have to tackle below the chest these days. Sternum is what they say.
That's what we've been talking about though, isn't it? Western Bay, look, they're right on their goal line there. And some nice interplay between the 10 to the 13 and Rain. Taikato Smith held the ball up nicely to put his outside away, but just, a bit close to the sideline, really. He wants to stay away from the sideline so they can recycle the ball and go again.
There he goes there. Nice pass there from Rain Taikato.
It'll be interesting to see if they'd managed to recycle the ball there and gone back to the right. What would have been, how Central would have been set up to defend. So hopefully they get the chance to get into that space again.
Great line out there by Atkins. Fed out the back.
Good carry.
Goodwin.
Yeah, good carry by Goodwin. Look at that.
Great carry there. Just need to get there quickly. The loose forwards are just not getting there quick enough.
Yeah, hands on the ground before he played the ball. So penalty to Central. Goodwin's down. Look, hopefully he's all right. That was a great carry.
Excellent carry. Quick tap there by the halfback.
Go wide, Samuela. Nice miss pass.
Great pass to Taikato Smith. What a try.
There we
Just
go.
caught the Central Bay napping out wide. 2 long passes from the Western Bay and they score in the corner. Said it earlier, this young boy on the wing, Trace Taikato Smith, has had a good tournament so far, and you know that just goes to show how classy he is at the moment. Playing really well. Excellent pass by the 12 as well, Samuela.
Yeah, we talked earlier, didn't we, that the threat for Western Bay really is down the edges. They've got some pretty talented backs, and some of them aren't necessarily the biggest guys running around, but their skill level's really high and their game understanding's right up there, so they're able to capitalise on the space and the opportunities that when they pop up. So great try. And here's Nathan Theron looking to convert from out wide on the right-hand touchline.
Just watched him earlier in the earlier game. He had one from out wide. And
nice strike, plenty of distance.
nice height too.
Managed to put it over.
Done.
Great,
Spotted it.
great kick. That ties the score up at 7-all.
I didn't want to say what I was going to say. Would have been the commentator's curse.
Yeah,
but he did get one from exactly the same place in the last game. So well done there, young Thron. Evens the game up, 7 points all. Western Bay versus Central Bay final under 16 boys of the Bay of Plenty Youth Development Cup 2025.
Here we are, kick off from Central Bay. Great take on the full there by Samuela coming forward, not letting the ball bounce. Manages to maintain the ball for his team, which is really important.
Good commitment there by the young man as well, especially a high ball like that.
Williams has done well there to pick that up off his ankles. And retain the ball as well. You can see the Central Bay boys though, they're just hungry at the breakdown, aren't they? They've been like that all day and yesterday. And that's when they've been really hard to handle. So Western Bay are going to have to be, tie their act up a little bit at the breakdown, I think, if they're going to compete for the rest of this game.
Yeah, they've got to get tougher, eh? The sense you would have seen in that ruck there, Central Bay were hitting it hard. A bit of a missed kick here from Tehran, but still, nice and deep.
It's not going to be the worst result, though. Rogers is going to put that out, most likely. It probably would have ended up where Tehran was trying to put it anyway, so... line out throw, Western Bay ball.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, Aaron, you can see that Central boys hitting the ruck. They're not scared. They're quite physical. Just want to see these Western Bay forwards just match it up with them. Get physical in those rucks. Give it back to them.
Yeah, they've got to get there quickly, don't they? And have good body position. That's a good good line out through Aikens. Here we go wide. Little bounce pass there to Tehran, and lucky bounce. Unfortunately can't connect with his winger. Possibly wasn't on, maybe should have carried that one. There was a bit of a breakdown in the back movement there, so sometimes it's just better to carry and reset instead of shoveling it, but he'll learn.
Good defence by the Central Bay team though, just coming up and shadowing them, not rushing up too quickly.
You can see they just slid across nicely with the as the ball moves across the back line. There's Sanford to get the line out. Great jump. Here's Central Bay have also looked really threatening out wide.
Nice hands there by the fullback.
Puts
it down the end. Tehran under a little bit of pressure. Decides to put the ball down. Not a bad option.
Yeah, well done. Didn't have much choice there, really, did he? Could have played, but I think he's a bit confused. I think he
thought that might have been a line dropout.
I think he thought that had been hadn't touched the ball till it was in goal. Would have resulted in a goal line dropout, but referee's ruled that he's carried it back, so it's a 5-metre scrum. Central Bay, so they're right under the pump here, Western.
Number 8 off the back, Aaron.
I think that they're going to go into the midfield. Nate Phillips and Caden Jennings-Kokiri have been pretty powerful over the last couple of days. And, that's where I'd be heading. So we'll see what happens.
Central Bay to put the ball in.
Good scrum, here we
go. Here.
Into the midfield.
Good call. Yeah,
no momentum though. They're a bit flat-footed, unfortunately. Unable to capitalise on from the field position. But Nate Phillips there's picked it up. He's seen a little gap close to the ruck. Good heads-up play. He's gone straight in under the posts. And good try, and the Central boys are really happy with themselves, as they should be. So,
yeah, the Western Bay just didn't have those guard dogs around the ruck there. You see here, they come in. Williams and Samuelu managed to hit the ruck, but they left that open just in that middle there. No one around the ruck.
you have to. You see the replay. You'll see the first 5. Williams counter-rucked a little bit. Samuelu, the 12, was racked up in the contact. Didn't appear to be any of the forward pack come across there and shift across very quickly. So, again, it's the same thing we talked about earlier with, if Western were a little bit hungrier to get to the breakdown with a bit more speed, they may have managed to stop that try. But anyway.
Yep, they just need to be a little bit hungrier. No.
You can see here, Samuelu makes a tackle with Williams in the ruck there. They're both connected to the ruck. Nobody's come around the other side there to fill that space, which has left them a bit high and dry. So unfortunately for Western Bay, but Central capitalise. Good heads-up play, good try.
Yeah, great try. Excellent try there. Takes the score to 14-7. 30 seconds to go in this first half. Nice high kick there by Theron.
Good chase line from the Western Bay. Central gets the ball in the play at the same time. And here we go.
Good solid carry coming in from the Central 17.
Winiata. Nice quick ruck speed. Rogers has decided we're going to play down there. Probably a good call after the last try there. Great pass by Tehran to pick up Williams in the space. Oh, that's Tehran, sorry. Must be Williams to Tehran.
Yeah.
Good combination. Might see a bit more of that in the future years, I'd imagine, there, Regan.
Yeah, well, we're hoping so. Good kick downfield there by Ty Smith. Not sure what the refs pulled up here, though. Maybe a late tackle. Or a tackle in the air. After he'd kicked it.
Western will clear for their touchline. They're going to get a line out probably around about halfway. I imagine they'll be looking to strike from there. Yeah,
they'll be hoping to score in this last play here. I'd say this will be the last play for the half.
It's a great kick by Tehran with not a lot of angle to work with. He's put it out just on the 22, so good gain there. I imagine Western Bay, obviously, want to win their line out and get the ball through over and around Sanford somehow. And I'd like to see them go to Rain Taikato Smith in the midfield, Regan.
Yeah, that's what I thought they might have done. Might be a knock on there, just unlucky. Free kick there. Early lift, the ref saying.
Good win
There is.
in the carry.
Just need somebody in there, in that rack, right in behind him. Good play there.
Here we go. Let's see where they go with this. Williams, boot to ball. Williams, I'm not quite sure if that was the option, but managed to retain it. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Might have been planned, I'd say. They want to get the ball to this man, though, in the free space. Taikato agreed, not sure about the chip kick.
Williams should know the rules, shouldn't he?
Yep, don't kick it. Run it.
Here he is, Taikato Smith. Been handled well, though, but good offload to Tehran.
Just need somebody in around the ruck. Well done. Good play there by the Western Bay.
Here's Isaac, chocolate brown.
Big hit coming in there.
Little bit messy there at the back, but Williams tidies up nicely.
Good carry here by Wesley Lagatuli.
Well done, staying on his feet. And nice little bit of interplay there, keeping the ball alive. So Isaac Brown looking for a pick and go.
Wants to stay in field.
Close to the sideline though. Probably wasn't his smartest move, but that's all right. There's still, looks like the referee was playing advantage, so penalty to Western Bay.
2.5 minutes into extra time, Aaron. Great battle up front.
They were hoping to capitalise here. I'm not sure if a line out would be the best option.
No, not with the big jumpers that they have in the Central Bay.
Better to just play here, I'd imagine. A couple of nice close targets from the fullback, and then early ball into the midfield might be the go for Western, but
yeah,
they go straight into the teeth of it. It's on his knees, so
have to release it here.
looks like they're going to pick and go. Not sure how close they are. Look like they're still a metre or so away. Another go at the line, being pushed backwards.
Carry there though by that Western Bay.
You can see
Looking to go wide.
you can see how congested the central defence is there. Ball into some space.
Nice hands there by Wesley. You want to keep the ball in play.
They'll need some support. A little bit isolated. They get in there nicely, the Western boys. Here he is, Taikato Smith.
You want to come in field. Stay away from that sideline.
Fortunately, just lost his footing. He's looking quite dangerous. Good defence there from Central
Solid
Bay.
defence.
Great contact from the 19, Sam Phillips. Sorry.
JJP there, he wants to run a little bit harder onto that ball.
Looks like he had them for an offside, possibly. Nathan Thron looking to play quickly. Wants to make the most of the advantage. Referee wants to speak to the captain.
Long passage of play, mate. 4 minutes into extra time in this first half.
Yeah, a few repeated indiscretions from the Central boys, isn't it? So they add up, and the referee's probably saying here, if we keep getting these, then someone's going to have to go to the bin, unfortunately.
Good defence here.
Atkins goes quickly, and hopefully he's got some support. He manages to recycle the ball. Not
Like it's at the back of the ruck here.
Oh.
He wants to run harder, this boy. It's going to get
we're going backwards
driven
here.
back.
Weston.
Nice passing. Up the backs, here he goes. Taikato.
Good defence by Aonui Owen.
Yeah, just...
Good turnover. Yeah, well done. Central Bay, they weathered the storm there, didn't they? And Western Bay got a little bit isolated.
Yeah, excellent defence by the Central Bay. Just managed to get over that ball, and Western Bay were just isolated a few times in that last 3 minutes.
Yeah, Gwen
A little bit
over-capitalised.
slow to the ruck, but both teams had a great first half, Aaron.
Yeah, some enterprising play. Western Bay are right in the game. They just need to, a few less mistakes and connect with each other a little bit more, and they should stay right in this. But Central Bay look pretty tidy as well, Regan, to be honest.
Central Bay having a great half. All right, there, Whānau. We'll be back with the second half in a few moments. Don't go away. Kia ora whānau, welcome back to the Under 16 Boys Final here at the Bay of Plenty Youth Development Cup between the Central Bay of Plenty and the Western Bay of Plenty. Great first half. Central Bay leading 14 points to 7. What are we looking for in the second half, Aaron?
Oh, much the same, I'd imagine, Regan. Western Bay have got to compete up front, really. Their forwards at the breakdown have to be a bit more physical, and they'll be looking to get some purchase from out wide on their edges. Central Bay, same thing. You know, tough at the breakdown, and then some pretty slick boys in their midfield. And good carry here, Central Bay.
Good start here by the Central Bay holding the ball.
You can see a few changes here at half-time, Whānau. Tournament rules here is that everybody has to play half a game, so that's the big changes, the big numbers on the back there. You'll see. O'Reilly, nice strong carry. Just come onto the field.
Good continuity here from the Central Bay side. Good go forward. We've had the ball right from the get-go here in the second half, so the Western Bay team really need to get into it, and like you said, they need to be a bit more aggressive in the ruck area and on the tackle.
It's a great carry there, from two great carries there from Central, though. You can see coming from depth and actually moving onto the ball, the halfbacks bringing them onto the ball as opposed to standing flat-footed.
Yeah,
it's given them lots of momentum to play on the back of, so they've lost it a little bit here. I imagine a big man here is going to carry.
Big carry there, Ronan Burton Tipuna.
Nice quick ball to snipe from the halfback. Here we go, Central Bay. Again, good go forward. Looking to come out to the left. Just happy to send forwards up at the moment, setting targets, creating that momentum so they can play on the front foot.
We're just making the metres a little bit too easy. The Western Bay defence needs to get up a lot quicker just to stop them from making those extra metres. There we go. Again, great tackle though. Williams down the edge.
It's great carry there from Nate Phillips in 12. He's been really impressive over the last couple of days. He's had some really, really nice touches. Unfortunately though, the ball went to ground and they missed an opportunity there, Central Bay, to get over in the corner. So it looks like it's going to be change of call here. He initially had a scrum.
Yeah, it looks like they might have knocked it on. Here we go. Have a look at the replay here. Goes through the gap there. But yeah, just attempts to pass it. Bit of a turnover there.
Looks like we've got a scrum. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're just going to check with the referee. Might be a little blood bin there, Goodwin. Little blood bin, so I'm just going to stop play so he can get tidied up.
Interesting to see what the Western Bay team will do here. Ideally, they'd want to kick it out of their own territory, Aaron, or do you think they're going to run that, mate?
Based on the game scenario being a final, I think they probably need to kick this. They're right back inside their goal line, and they just need to get out of this part of the field, I think. However, they did run the ball from their own 22 in the first half, and they got some benefit out of that. So possibly, if they're feeling brave, I know there's a couple of boys in that team that love to run with the ball. So good place to run from there, because often you have your open side winger holding back and the fullback's back. So a bit of an overlap normally. So definitely opportunity there if they'd like to.
A little bit of confusion here with the referee and some of the players.
No change at halfback for Western Bay. First five stayed on the field too. Williams. Looks like they're going to run it. Rain Taikato.
Not held there, so ref says carry on.
Good strong carry, but looks like he's managed to retain the ball, which is a bit of a bonus for them. Williams goes onto his left foot.
Find some grass.
Oh, unlucky. Almost managed to get the bounce there. Atkins.
Good turnover there by Goodwin. Western Bay get the ball back. Nice long pass here to the second five.
Harrison Ellis, I think that is. He's come on the field in 23.
Knock on there by Williams. Took his eyes off the ball into the defence.
Yeah, Central Bay, a couple of little interpasses between their forward pack, just getting behind the Western defence. Good carry, good hands.
There
good hands. Yep.
By the number 3.
O'Reilly, just put it on the toe.
It is, just needs to kick it down.
Not sure if that was the tactic there to kick in that position, but diving on the player there.
Yeah.
At 25, Case Harris. Not the, we've seen that a few times over the last couple of days, haven't we, Regan, where the ball's been kicked ahead and players just dive straight onto the player. If they stay on their feet, it's a really good opportunity for them to get a turnover. Yeah,
I'm not sure, the player's already on the ground and then they dive on them again, so it's probably not the best option to do. They really need to just go for the ball, stay on their feet. Yeah, otherwise, like so, there's a penalty.
Really, it's a prime chance for a turnover, isn't it? Players on the ground, they can't play it on the ground if they're the only person there. Stay on their feet, hands on the ball. Bit of a missed opportunity there for Western. So line out, Central Bay. Imagine we're going to the man at the front, Sanford, and then into the midfield. Into the midfield, one would imagine, through Phillips and Jennings Kokiri. There he is. Bit scrappy. Tidied up nicely by Whare Emery. We go out into the back line. Pucky looks to look nice little bit of footwork there from Pucky. Great carry.
Yeah, he's had a good tournament. Has Pucky, the number 8 for Wairiki. Central Bay, sorry.
They tackled a bit high there, Western, didn't they? Let him run with the ball. Good, strong carry here.
That's it. They just need to get that line defence up quicker because they're giving the big boys like the big number 3, Tailotu Akinola, too much space. When you give them too much space and big players like that, they get their pace up and they're much harder to tackle. Here he goes again.
Good carry. Bit sloppy at the breakdown though. Ball's spilled out and Western Bay have managed to... They did have it and it looks like they've turned it back over, but Central have given away a penalty, so Western get out of jail free a little bit there.
Quick tap.
Gone quickly.
Left's playing advantage, not 10. Good heads up play there by Harrison Ellis. They've got enough people around the board to secure it.
Should be no advantage, I'd imagine. Go back for the penalty from Central Bay. Central Bay not being back 10 metres at the penalty there. So Western will probably compose themselves, put the ball out down the field, and then look to restart from there.
Been a good start from the Central Bay though. They're just hammering the Western Bay side. Good go forward.
Here's Teron, nice touch finder from him. Just out over halfway. Relieve some pressure. Western Bay will be looking to keep this line out ball. They've struggled a little bit at line out time.
Pretty tough though when you're up against Sanford. Great line out jumper.
But to be fair, we've seen everybody that Central's played over the last couple of days struggle at line out time with while Sanford's been on the field. Looks like they go a little bit deeper here. Well done. Can't quite connect though, so knock on at the line out. Advantage to Central Bay. Here's Pucky again. Another nice strong carry. Riley looks to shift to Phillips, who connects out wide. Good footwork from Fitzell, sorry. Big shot by Williams.
Excellent tackle there by Williams.
We've seen a few
turnover.
Seen a few big tackles by the first 5 Williams over the last couple of days. It's part of the game he must be working on. It's good to see a first 5 looking at loving his tackling and the contact.
Yeah, well, he's coming from a good breed, mate, that young man. His father wasn't a bad tackler, apparently.
I heard it comes from his mother, as I've mentioned in previous commentaries, so must be all that gym work. Right, line out time again. Western Bay managed to keep their ball, be happy with that.
Here we go here.
Bit of front foot ball, and he finds the fullback. Nice early ball out to Tehran. Uses his footwork through the line.
Stays on his feet as well. Great play there by Theron.
Well done by the fullback too to get in there nice and quick at the breakdown to secure the ball.
Williams takes it forward. Good carry there by the number 21, Barton. Go wide to Guerda Hall. He wants to stay and play. Good defence there by the central out wide.
Well done by the number 2, Zach McLean.
Well, to pick the passes up there at halfback.
Yeah, well tied it up by Williams though, off his ankles. Robert Rudy there managed to retain the ball. They're losing ground though, aren't they, Western? They're just going backwards.
Yeah, they just haven't got much go forward.
Oh.
Well done there by Nathan. Theron, just unlucky there, just the ball went to ground. They just haven't got to go forward as the Central Bay have they, Aaron?
No, they're just not able to really create that momentum, are they, at the moment? I wonder if they need to look at a change in tactics. As much as kicking the ball away is seen as a bit of a negative thing, they might just need to play in behind. Central a bit more here, look to play a bit more territory and play at the right end of the field. Try and get some momentum that way, maybe.
Yeah, when they're getting it to the edge, they look a little bit, they can be threatening. However, they do need that go forward up the front, which they haven't got at the moment. Central Bay, tight head here by the Western Bay.
Yeah, scrum penalty. Yeah, Central Bay are keeping them in the game, aren't they? Penalty count must be, not sure exactly what it would be, but certainly, Central Bay are giving away plenty of penalties, keeping Western in the contest.
Wonder if they'll take it down the line or they're going to have a quick tap.
He's going to go out, changing kicker here. We're just going to, not much angle, so he's going to put it out. Pick up 10 metres, so we'll go to another line out.
They want to make sure this line out's accurate. Just over the last few line outs, they have gone to the back and just knocked it on a little bit. So, big line out here.
Sanford up early.
Yeah, great take there by young Kai Atkins, under 15 player. Long pass to Taikato. Manages to evade the first player, gets over the top to Theron. Good kick downfield by Theron, who wanted to just hold up and play. Great kick there.
There we go, we talked about it, didn't we? Goal line dropout, so Western on the right end of the field now. It'll be interesting to see whether Central choose to go long at the dropout. Good chance to counter-attack though with some of these outside backs that Western Bay have got. If Central Bay are not careful, they don't get a good chase on up here, they could be a bit vulnerable.
Yeah, you'd want to have Taikato and the likes of Taikato Smith at the back just to counter.
Yeah, we're going to catch it on the full though if we can.
Yeah.
They could have had that up 20 metres up the field. And
there he is, big Goodwin. What's he going to do? Big, strong run.
Yeah, nice, strong carry from Goodwin.
Excellent run. Well done, Goodwin. Little bit of go forward. Out to Taikato. Bounces off the first. Shows his strength. Big tackle coming in there though from the number 23 from Central.
Here we go, a little bit of indecision here. Looks like
Williams.
A lack of communication possibly amongst that group, but they've got an advantage up here, Western Bay, so another penalty advantage. Good decision there by Zach McLean.
Great play here by Guerda Hall, goes up the middle.
Here's Goodwin on it. Is that Goodwin again? Yes, another good carry from Goodwin. He's played really well this game.
Nice pass. Not sure if there was any arms in that tackle by the 23. Ref might have just seen that one. He's going to pull out the yellow card.
He's gone to his pocket.
Bit of a shoulder charge coming in there from the number 23, Ronan Burton Tipuna.
Yeah, good call though. Those are the rules of the game, aren't they? And the referee picked it and saw it, so got to use your arms in the tackle. I'm going to go to a scrum here. Got 8 minutes to go. Western Bay are only 7 points behind. They really need to score sooner rather than later to stay in the contest.
Yeah, I agree. They'll need a score in the next couple of minutes. See what they've got up their sleeves here. We need a big scrum from the Western Bay. As we know, the Central have got a big, strong scrum. However, they're one man down. Picked up by Goodwin out the back.
8-9,
Gives
nice
it to
carry.
Harris.
Through the advantage line there. Case Harris.
Lagatuli feeds the forwards. Nice little latch there by Rudy. Great play.
Here we go. He's gone to the boot again, little Gary Owen. Great take
There by Nathan.
Nathan Theron getting up over Joseph Lawanakadavu.
Good counter ruck coming in from the Western Bay. Central decide to hold on to it.
Looks like Central's got an advantage here though, so they're going to get out of jail possibly. Good carry there. Good quick ruck speed. And Nate Phillips puts boot to ball.
Goes out. Not sure about the chip kick tactic again, Aaron. Maybe they talked about it during the game, but not sure if that's the option.
I imagine they must have talked about it, Regan, but just not sure if that's the right way to go. They've scored some good tries earlier on the last couple of days through keeping the ball in hand, so be good to see them throw it around a bit more. Good line out. Oh, not quite.
Lost that one again.
Yeah, throw didn't quite get there, however.
Just been lucky in the line outs. Here he goes again.
Good heads-up play here by Aikens, getting them right over the advantage line. This is where they want to get good, clean ruck ball and go wide, but
ripped out.
They've been turned over, unfortunately. Bit of a missed opportunity, and Owen will clear.
He's got a big boot on him too, Owen.
Williams back in good position, looking to link up with his outside backs.
Good play here.
Probably needed another pass there.
Just to stay on his feet.
Could see they had numbers and a bit of space out to the right. Great long ball there from Williams. Great footwork and little goose step. Hopefully stays in field.
Great skills there, boys, by the Western Bay Shine. Ty Cuddle-Smith just managing to stay in field.
Want to get around Harrison Ellis there. Williams with a footwork. Oh, he's put another one in.
Oh, just unlucky there. Good defence coming up by the Western Bay. Central managing to hold on to the ball.
They've pinned them down in their end, haven't they? They'd need some points though. Here
Ripped
we go.
Out there.
This could be the moment here, under the post hopefully, for the 19.
Great little grab there by the 19 from the Western Bay. Tamahai Taikatol-Smith. That name's just coming up from everywhere. Here it is.
Great long ball by Williams. Love the identification of space there from Williams. Threw a beautiful long ball and put his winger in space, and we're just waiting to see a little conference here with the touch judge and the referee, possibly discussing a full pass. It looked pretty good to me. Great try, great pass. Just want to talk about Williams there. Yeah, it's a great pass off his left hand as well. Missed 2 or 3 players. Good 10-metre pass. You can see it here on the replay. You know, he sees the heads-up play, can see the space. That's a huge pass for a 15 to 16-year-old boy. Right on the chest of his mate. And good finish by the winger too.
Yeah, excellent try there by the Western Bay. Just lucky to get that one back.
They were due
Would have noticed a couple of plays back there. Young Williams put another chip for the corner, but they managed to regather the ball and paid off on the other edge with a good long pass. So great try there to Ty Cuddle-Smith.
They've played all the rugby the last 10 minutes, though, haven't they, Regan? So they needed some points. They needed something for all their effort. Here's Tehran looking to convert from out wide. Strikes it nicely. However, just pushes it to the left. So score is 14-12 to Central Bay with just over a minute to play.
It's been an excellent game. A game of 2 halves, really, isn't it? The first half was all Central Bay. Second half's been the Western Bay.
You can see that pass again there from Williams. It's a great pass. All right, you can see, you can imagine O'Reilly here is just asking the ref how long to go. It can't be long. Western Bay here need to. First job is to catch the kickoff on the full. Great kick, great take there from Quinn Barton. They managed to retain the ball. Western, they won't be able to kick this away. They need to play.
Good carry here. Looks like there was a high tackle coming in from Paki. Ref's got the advantage.
Oh.
Another big tackle there coming in from the second 5. Nate Phillips
Yeah,
on
great.
Nathan Theron. Good timing.
We've seen Nate Phillips make a few tackles like that throughout the last couple of days. Looks like we've got a yellow card here. Second yellow card for Central in this game. And they've got a man returning through the field now. So
One off, one on.
interesting call here to go to the line out. Regan, like going to the line out is an opportunity for Sanford to get up and kill the game for Central Bay. So not quite sure. Great kick by Tehran though. Gives them good territory. But they need to make sure they win their own line out ball.
As we've been saying throughout the whole game, you want to get over the young fella Sanford. They are getting over him, but they're just not managing to have the accuracy of their ball. Here it is there. Well done. Here we go, Western Bay. Last throw of the dice. Good hands by Taikato Lagatuli. Great hands by Theron. Backs himself down the edge.
Oh, he's just dropped it off. He's gone too close to the sideline. And it looks like ball's gone out and the referee has called time. So Central Bay take the win, 14-12, and they are the winners of the Under-16 competition of the Youth Development Cup.
Yeah, excellent game from both teams. Central Bay started off really well, hit the rucks. Big boys, weren't scared. Western Bay came back in the second half. Just couldn't actually quite get there, so excellent game to the Central Bay. They come out the 2025 Youth Development Cup winners, and a huge congratulations to their team and their coaching team, and commiserations to the Western Bay. There you go, whānau. That is the final of the Bay of Plenty Under-16s. We'll be back really soon with the Under-18 girls between Eastern Bay of Plenty and Central Bay of Plenty.